What's up, everybody?
Hey guys, this is John,
And I'm Patrick.
and this is our July 2021 sales and giveaway video. So we've got a lot to do today.
Yeah, we do.
We are going to announce the winner for last month's giveaway, which was that PK grill. Awesome all aluminum grill. Even the hinges are aluminum, so nothing's ever going to rust out on it. It's a charcoal and wood grill. Awesome way to grill steaks, burgers, but you can also do indirect smoking on it. Really useful thing. And it's really not that difficult to get used to and to get a consistent temperature with. My problem with wood smoking for the longest time was on those little Weber charcoal ones. I always had a tough time getting a consistent temperature. But with that, it's got 4 vents, 2 top, 2 bottoms. So you can just kind of adjust them easily. And
Big time trial and error. I got one of those vertical ones, like you're saying. It's just trying to catch the wind on the deck the right time, opening vents, closing it, and then being super impatient to see if the heat actually does get up. And then you realize you lose a lot of smoke around the door and stuff like that, especially if you don't have it clamped shut and stuff. So
yeah, and I know the one you have, and that one was actually even more difficult to use.
I nailed it like the first time I ever did ribs, did like 3, 2, 1. And I was like, oh man, this is super easy. This is my new thing. Then did it again when I did like a friendly like barbecue competition. Horrible. Couldn't replicate it.
Yep.
I even think the propane might even went out on that one.
When you need it to work, that's often when it fails.
Every time.
When you're just cooking for you and
you'll nail it on accident.
Yep.
Nail it on accident.
It'll be perfect. It'll be perfect. But we're also going to announce this month's giveaway, this month's sales, which are already up at Win and Sales, so you may already know them. Did we ever flip the YouTube video live for sales for this month?
Ooh, that's a good point. I think I know it was uploading to HD, but yeah, we can go ahead and probably.
We could probably just flip it after this, though.
Oh yeah.
And the big thing is we are going to give away not this one, but the prototype of this. This is the new Walton's chambered vacuum machine. So this is one of those kind of in between. Somebody called it prosumer. I think John, did you come up with that? I think John came up with that.
I bet.
It's a prosumer model. Not something that you'd really throw in a heavy use commercial environment, but definitely more than anyone who does processing at home should need, at least. Advantages of the chambered style are it uses the smooth vac bags, which are a lot less expensive than the textured bags that are required for the chamberless machines. It also does get a better seal. Reasoning for that is this can pump to 29.2 inches of mercury, which is basically as high as that rating goes. And the bag is a little less rigid since it doesn't have that texture on it, so it can form around your food easier.
Yep.
The more flexible a bag is, the easier it is to pull all of that air out. So you'll get perfect seals on this. You can seal things with liquid in it, no problem. And we just got these in the other day. Now, the one I'm giving away is a prototype that they sent over to us 6 months ago.
Hey John, you want to bump our volume a little bit, please?
They sent to us like 6 months ago, and I've been using it exclusively ever since then. I absolutely love it. I've grown quite fond of it, but it doesn't have two things that this one does have. So whoever wins it is getting the prototype so that I can have this one that has the upgrades. The upgrades are this has a concave bottom, so you get about another inch of clearance space. And it's got this awesome little clip right up in the front. It's on the other side of the seal bar. So what you do with that is you put your bag, clip it in there. And it's not a problem that happens all the times, but sometimes when you're vacuum sealing something, the air is pumped out of the chamber, the bag expands, and occasionally that will pull the bag off of the seal bar, and then you have to hit stop because it's not going to do anything. This will prevent that from happening, keeps it nice and secure. So that's an awesome little simple feature. I mean, that probably cost them 5-10 cents to make, to add to it, and it's awesome. Really, really good.
Nice.
Plus, it's got marinating times. You can do it in stages of 9 minutes, from 9 to 99 minutes. So you can throw some liquid in there, some sort of marinade, anything like that, in a bag with your chicken breast, throw it in there, hit the marinade. It'll pull a vacuum, so your muscle fibers are all pulled apart slightly from the meat, and your marinade can penetrate your meat a lot easier.
Definitely.
So that is an awesome thing. Then we're also going to talk about the sales and the giveaways we have for this month.
Yeah, a bunch of cool stuff.
We're going to give away some jerky and some seasoning. How that works is we make some Walton's Bold Tender Jerky. We've made a lot of it here recently. We'll draw a few winners from that. We'll send that to the person, and we'll give you a bag of whatever jerky, sausage, or whatever type of seasoning you want. If you're somebody who doesn't do a lot of sausage or jerky making, we can swap that seasoning out for a couple Excalibur shakers or something.
Always win something cool that you actually get use out of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's
the
obviously the hope.
whole point.
Yep. And obviously, Austin's not here, so we will not be giving away a leather apron.
I'm not Austin?
They were,
you kidding me?
The leather aprons, however, are on sale now.
Yeah.
So you can
Good
do
price. Wait, there's a 89?
that. 89.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not bad.
So, all right. Let's check.
You see who's all
Chat
filing
here.
in for the chat.
And we, on our other live stream the other day, we did a kind of an impromptu live stream when all of our new products came, and we found out that there might be a difference between what's going on in chat on YouTube and at waltonsinc.com. Now, to be clear, to enter this giveaway, you do have to go to waltonsinc.com/live. There's entry options over on the side there. That's
If you
how
don't see them on the
enter it.
side, scroll to the bottom. Sometimes it'll force itself down there.
Push
we
it
might
down.
have
Yep.
fixed that. But
And if you're watching on a cell phone, you might have to find the more options
Yep.
and click View as Desktop.
yeah,
and
there's
then
a
it
there's a
should
couple
show up.
little. I mean, and then even just you're going to be prompted to sign in. So say you click on like the Facebook icon or whatever, a dialog box might pop up prompting you to sign in to Facebook to finish that transaction, so to speak.
Correct, to get credit for
To
it.
get credit for it, exactly. So if you're not finishing those steps, you might not be being entered or upping your chances for more than one entry. So make sure you're doing your due diligence on that.
So speaking of more than one entry, both Sharon and Brian Hataja are here. I have to imagine that's the same household.
That's cool. More than one device in the same house. Looking
Sure.
at me, just
Whatever.
stuff. Bring it on, man.
Malarvi says they're having some jalapeno mango venison jerky right here.
That's a lot of
sounds,
keywords we like.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Yeah. We just did the mango stuff in the cream cheese spread that we did within our awesome things that we're keeping super secret until it goes live.
So that's something that'll come out through Game Bird Gourmet on Pheasants Forever. It is, I mean, I've said it. I even said it in the video. I've said it like 3 or 4 times, but that is my favorite thing we've done with pheasant.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. You don't even think you're eating pheasant when
It's
you're having it.
amazing.
Yeah. Just everything that just works, the crunch, the sweetness.
And we almost didn't do that because we couldn't. I was having a tough time finding one kind of not obscure,
particular little thing.
But I mentioned it to him, and he's like, "Oh no, it's in this section of the grocery store." He knew like off the top of his head.
Well, it was funny because it was one of those things where like 2 days prior, I happened to be in the grocery store, and I go, "Why is this over here?" And I just kept it with me, and lo and behold, Dillon's they don't mix it up with different stores, so they go in the same department. So.
James is saying he'd appreciate if we showed how to load a bag.
Oh, okay. Well, do we have? I know there's some loose pieces of jerky, but is this even plugged in?
It's not plugged in.
Oh, okay, that might be the.
I'm wondering if he's meaning with the clip. We don't have a second camera set up today. Oh, we do, but it's the small one for John. We can do something on.
We'll
social
have a
media or
buying guide
something.
going out for sure. It'll be
Yes.
We'll have a little like a full length one that'll really dive in and have every single thing you could possibly imagine with this, and a smaller one to compare and have all the specs and all the cool shots. And then we're even going to have a little short 30-second promo one go out comparing the cool little features and stuff like that. So be on the lookout for that if you want to see us load a bag. If not, I mean, you'll catch us on here one day doing something like that. So
Yeah, I do wonder though if he means load, like how we load product into a bag, or if he means on that clip.
Well, I do know.
So respond with
even
that.
well, say it's the first one, product in a bag. Do you want to be towards the bottom of the bag every time? Is there a technique where you would be at the top ever? I feel like you want to be further away from the seal, right? For
I would
freshness
always
sake?
recommend that for a couple of reasons. One, almost anything you vac seal is going to have some moisture in it, and especially on a chamberless machine, you want to put it as far away from the seal as possible. That way, as liquid starts getting sucked out of your product and travels up the bag, you have a longer amount of time to hit seal. Because when you're vac sealing something in a chamberless machine, put it all the way at the bottom, start sealing. It'll pull all the air out, but you'll see liquid start traveling up the bag. As soon as you see that, my recommendation is hit the seal button. That's gonna stop the vacuuming process and it'll start to seal. But that whole time, the liquid's going to continue to travel up the bag because you didn't stop the vacuum from happening. So further away from the seal bar, a longer bag gives you more distance to play with. So always recommend that.
Definitely. Yep. That's one of the first things. Like you're just like, I first started here, like start vacuum sealing stuff. Like, okay, cool. And I was like, oh, this liquid's coming up here. What do I do? And it's just, oh, stop the seal. And it's just like, oh, that makes sense.
So David Crockett says, I'd like to see an example of liquid being vac packed. That'd be amazing. So water boils in a vacuum, which is really interesting thing to see. We've done that before where we just put a vac bag with water in in a machine like this, and you can actually watch it boil. I do have to say, just because I was interested in it, I did put some pasta in a bag once and put it in there because
dry pasta, wet pasta,
dry pasta, to see if the boiling action would do anything.
Oh wow,
it didn't.
No,
it didn't. Which makes sense because it's the heat, not the boiling, that's doing it.
Yeah.
But I thought maybe there'd be some like amazing way to do pasta instantly. Doesn't work.
Under pressure, yeah.
Instant pasta.
Sous vide the pasta.
Would be the opposite. It'd be under no pressure.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Doesn't work.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yep, Lorraine, these are perfect to use for sous vide. Really, either of the machines, either a chambered or a chamberless, both of those work for sous vide. The thinnest bags we sell are 3 millimeters on both of them, and that should stand up perfectly fine to sous videing. Now, with sous videing, you do want to not boil your food. I think the max most sous vides go to is like 210. I think water boils at 214. So it's not a boiled food. It's just you're cooking it in that water.
I feel like that should be a known, like, it's funny, you said 214. I'm not even associating that with a boiling point. So it's got to be close, though. I'd be exact the way that, I mean, you know what I mean? How particular a number that is? That's probably spot on then.
212.
Oh, man.
Off. Which makes sense. That's 100 degrees Celsius.
Sinister has been on it. He says it's not heat, it's vapor pressure. And he even had 212 Fahrenheit, 100 Celsius.
Yep.
Hey, homework, teacher, give us homework before we leave for class.
John says it's actually the oxygen molecules coming out of the liquid. Okay. Do you have how-to videos
oh my
on
God.
YouTube?
I'm so glad you brought that question up. Do we have how-to videos?
Well, I think he's.
Do you think
he
means particular?
About a particular thing.
Well, if he wasn't,
because we've got
have
a ton of how-to videos on both YouTube, which has all of our Meatgistics stuff. So for Meatgistics, we have an entire section dedicated to just like recipes, like how to make snack sticks, how to make blah 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 blah. And there's 30 videos, something.
And they're kind of tethered to each other. Like if you're on YouTube, if you're in the description, you can find the said post on Meatgistics and vice versa. If you're on Meatgistics, there's going to be a link to the post, and you can click on the YouTube embed thing,
or you can just watch it right there on Meatgistics.
Exactly. So you're going to get steered in the right direction if you start at one or the other. So
and then we have
Walton's.
We have the whole Meatgistics University over at Meatgistics, and there initially we broke down meat processing into I think 7 categories, but it keeps expanding as we're like, this doesn't fit anywhere. Where does this go?
It needs a new category.
So we keep adding new categories to it. We're going to try not to get too bad at that, but each one of those is structured in like a class style. So it's 101, and that's like, what is this that we're talking about? And then as we go in, they get advanced.
2 O's and 3 O's.
2 O's. I think we're done with the 2 O's on everything, and we're kind of going into the 3 O's.
The super advanced stuff. So
we're going to have some more time here now that we're past the website. We have some more help in here. We should be able to get back to more of the advanced Meatgistics classes.
And our YouTube is not taking like a facelift, but it's easier to navigate what exactly you're looking for, I think, as far as like playlist and thumbnails and stuff like that. So if you haven't been on our YouTube in a while, just check it out, because we even talk about this all the time. Like if you're going to see a video on YouTube, you don't go to the landing page of said person and then video.
So hold on, I do.
You do?
But I think I do because I'm used to managing
well,
that
I think
on ours.
A lot of people, not only in regards to YouTube, but just any of the social media, it's just like your feed just takes over and you just scroll and you're just looking at recommendations after a while. On the side, if you're on desktop or on YouTube on your phone, it's just the whole main page. It curates for you, but got to look out for us.
Yeah, for sure. So fish should work, but you don't want to pull too hard to vacuum. Yeah. So for
yeah,
delicate
yeah.
things, the chamberless machines usually have like a pulse. So you can hit pulse, it'll pull some of a vacuum and then stop. Pull some of a vacuum and stop. And fish is definitely one of those things, unless it's already frozen, you don't want to pull 100% vacuum on that. So, all right. First thing, let's just grab whoever won last month, because we do generally announce that on this.
Yeah.
So this is for the PKTX grill from last month. Drawing winner. And whoever wins this doesn't have to be here for it.
I think we've tried it about every food in the chambered, right? I mean, we do a lot of sponges and towels first before.
To check,
yeah.
right? Yeah. Trying to think of anything, like any major food group that we have. I've done tons of vegetables,
Yeah.
obviously plenty of red meat, plenty
That's what
of
we're about here. is
chicken, turkey, all that
everything
stuff.
but the veggies. That's us.
All right, so winner for the PKTX grill was Peggy Dottie. Peggy. So that is the PKTX grill, and we'll go ahead and get in touch with you. Congratulations. That's an awesome prize. Hopefully that'll get good use. What's up?
Yeah, nothing.
Oh, you breathed in. Like
I was
you were
going to do like a
say
Peggy
something.
Hill, like a, oh yeah, but I was like, you know what? He's not going to get the reference. And
James-
here we are anyway. So
James says can't get the cast up on the website.
I didn't know
I
what
don't
he was
understand
referring
that.
to.
No.
Oh, well.
Fresh fish, depending on how fresh it is.
And the size definitely is what,
well,
with the
also-
chambered machine.
Right, yeah. And also, have you filleted it yet or not?
yeah.
I mean, that
Sure,
definitely.
yeah.
It has more structural integrity,
Yeah.
integrity before it's been filleted. Are there special vacuum bags for this vacuum machine versus something like a food saver? Yeah, absolutely. Let me grab some examples of that.
This is where I banter while he's off grabbing examples. Let's see. Please shout it out if you guys are having any technical issues or anything. Looks like the chat's consistent on both, though, so that's good. What's up, Tex? How you been?
All right. So a chambered machine bag looks like this. So it's perfectly smooth on all sides. It comes sealed on 3 of the edges, and that can only be used in a chambered machine. A chamberless machine, or whatever we're calling now, the food saver type, has a texture on it.
So it needs that, right?
Yep. So the reason it has a texture on it is because if it doesn't, if you tried to use this in a chambered machine or chamberless machine, what would happen is the air would get sucked out of this leading edge here. It would then suck down and you wouldn't be able to pull any more air out of that. This, having this texture, allows it to stay far enough away from the other side of the bag that air can still get pulled through. Now, a couple of things with that. That makes these bags slightly more rigid. So when we're looking at jerky, we vacuum sealed this jerky. You can see, you can't see, but the vacuum bag is actually formed around the piece of the jerky to the point where it's up underneath this little crevice in between both of them. That's not going to happen in this type of bag. This bag has too much rigidity, so there's going to be a slight amount of air left in there no matter what you do. Another thing is, because this has to be specially manufactured with a texture to it,
It's more expensive.
it is more expensive. These bags are easier to produce. They form to your meat better. They're a lot less expensive because they're easier to produce. So,
I mean, yeah.
depending on how often you vacuum, you may make up the price difference between a chambered unit and a chamberless unit fairly quickly. For example, 8x12 vacuum bags for 1,000 of these is like $55. For 1,000 of these, you're looking at 200 and something. So if you're the type of person who vacuum packs every day, every couple of days, you absolutely, within a year or two, can make up the cost difference.
I'm even seeing reasons for, like, there's a bunch of people locally that are like starting their own like bakeries and stuff like that, and they're shipping products that they want to keep fresh across the country. This is a perfect way to set something on your counter, not in the way, I mean, stainless steel. What doesn't look good about that right
Yeah,
on the countertop? And then you're saving so much on this, and it's just going to make your product fresh and easier to send all across the country. So.
For sure. Yeah, it's a great looking product. We're very happy with
Good size. What's the depth of that right there from
so
if you have
just
something inside?
With this one, not the one we're giving away because that's a prototype.
Yeah.
This has both the domed lid and the concave base. So this is just under 5 inches. It's like 4.8, 4.9. The seal bar in the front is just over 10 inches long.
Yeah.
The chamber's about 15 inches deep. So you could do 10 by, a 10 by 15 bag will fit in there. 10 by 13 obviously will fit in there.
Yeah.
Anything wider than 10 inches though won't work in a machine like this. If you want a chambered machine with a wider seal bar, well, now we're talking about multiple thousands of dollars.
Yeah, this is just, like I said, a stopgap between something super basic and portable and super duper high end. They don't really, I'm sure they make a good amount, but this is exactly what you're looking for as far as price point and just execution wise. That's going to do everything you want it to.
For sure. And we go through this in our video. We go through all the advantages to a chambered machine. And then after listing all the advantages, you think, well, why would anyone want a chamberless machine? And there are actually valid reasons for having one. You can use wider bags. You can buy vac bag rolls and make them as long as you want.
Like if you have fish, deep sea fish or whatever. I mean, obviously not as big as that, but something a long fish, as long as you want. Docked up your own bag, so to speak, and just pull a vac on that. Great question came across I want to get to. Is there preference on the texture side, up or down?
It does not.
Doesn't matter.
I've tried it every way. I've never been able to notice a difference.
I never even thought of that until you brought it up.
The main thing with these that I notice, unless we're doing snack sticks or summer sausage in log form that's like already a semi-dried product, you really want to watch out for once the water escapes whatever you're vacuum sealing and starts traveling up. One of the really nice things about our new 12-inch Pro chamberless machine is it's got a start and a seal button.
Is it over here? I see you eyeballing it. And I see people asking questions about speed too, because I feel you're able to get a quicker one with that one, right?
Yes.
But less of a seal. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's got this start button on the handle and a seal button on the handle. So when you have your bag in there, when you see water starting to go up, you can hit this seal bar, and that will limit the amount of moisture that makes it up into this chamber.
Yeah.
Now, lots of chamberless machines are doing this now. They have these little, I don't even know what to call them, little extensions on the side, and the hole is at the top but underneath there. So it helps prevent water from getting in as easily.
Yeah.
But that is the major thing that fails with these.
I love that.
Is you keep getting water in the chamber, and eventually some of it's going to get into the inside of the machine, and that's why these generally don't have as long a life.
The single hand function.
Yes.
Because you have the start and seal right there. It does take either AAA or AA battery. AAA. And it's kind of hidden in the spot, right?
Yep.
Right under the back handle.
It's right under there.
Yeah, so that'll give you full function of those two things, which make that,
When
awesome.
When they sent us that prototype, we thought they sent us one that didn't work for like a week. And then finally I just was playing with the handle one day, and I'm like,
why wouldn't it take a battery?
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yep.
But as far as the speed goes, you're going to get a less efficient vac. But I always tell people, like, if you got brats that you know you're going to eat tomorrow the next day, you don't need to vacuum it like as if you're trying to get something in your freezer for 9 months, right? So I'll just do that, a couple seconds vacuum, hit it, seal, boom, good to go. While this one, if you want full function, 30-second cycle, right?
Probably more than that.
Probably
45.
Yeah.
So this says you can go anywhere from minimum to maximum on that, or you can do like a timed one. If you're doing something just for the next day, there's no reason to go to maximum.
Just a little something,
Just
multiple
pull
bags
most of
too,
the
right?
air out of it.
Do we recommend multiple bags in there? Not yet.
So one of the things I played around with a lot
something
was
thin like this, right? If you had a couple.
Yeah, you got to change the seal time.
Oh,
but
okay.
you
So
can
there's technique.
You can place 2 bags in there on top of each other at the same time. You adjust the seal time, and it will pull all the air from both of them and seal both of them, meaning you could do 2 at once.
Probably a
Now,
technique you want to do on something you're going to eat in a couple weeks.
Yes,
Yeah.
because when it comes out, they'll be slightly stuck together because these will melt together. So you want to pull them apart,
And it could
make
ruin your
sure that you
seal.
still have
Ah.
a good seal across the whole thing. But yeah,
Makes sense. Like I said, trial and error. Just if
Absolutely.
it works for you, it works for you. But like I said, I wouldn't bet on that working every time, especially right out of the gate.
definitely not. Definitely not.
But cool, yeah, a lot of great functions. Any other questions you guys got about the vac sealers?
Yeah, Louis Jarzenbeck says, that's why we semi-freeze our wet things before sealing. We recommend the same thing on fresh brats. If you try to vacuum seal fresh brats, it'll actually crush them.
Yeah.
So you definitely want to at least partially freeze them before you vacuum seal them.
Don't want to do it too hot either, right? You got to leave the food out at room temperature for a little bit.
Do what?
Cool it off. Cool off
Depends on
on what
depends
it
on a
is.
lot of things.
Okay.
Yeah, like a brat, no, I'm taking right from the freezer, putting in the bag and vacuum sealing as quick as
Okay.
I can. Once it starts to defrost, that's when you end
Well,
up with
no,
more
what if we
problems.
had like we just grilled brats and I wanted them?
Let them cool off.
Let
Yes.
'em cool
If it's
off.
cooked,
Yeah,
yes, let 'em
anything
cool off.
cooked.
You don't want to put it in there hot.
Yeah,
For sure.
That'll just grow bacteria to.
Well, it's going to have moisture in there. There's no
everything we want to get out of it's going to have in there.
right. Well,
Yeah.
there's no air in there, so it shouldn't
Yeah.
cause a problem as far as like mold or anything goes. But once you take it out of that, it's going to have like especially if you freeze it,
Yeah.
it's going to damage the meat.
I'm always curious what the sweet spot is of like we have brats, but then like they've been on the counter for 4 and 5 hours. Can I go ahead and vac bag those, put those in my fridge and freezer, or are they
No,
been in
they're-
the danger zone too long?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is the safe? It's the danger zone is like what between
40
40
and
and
140
okay.
for 45 minutes. But somebody sent me a link on Meatgistics recently about how they're rethinking that.
Yeah,
And it was
we've always heard little
really
rumblings of
valid.
that.
It
Yeah?
was really like it was
It's like holding at
interestingly
different
done.
temperatures for certain lengths, or is it just the they didn't have any bacterial growth after a certain amount of time?
They did a
having
bunch of
doing that?
testing and it didn't find like it didn't back up what that
Yeah.
says. However, like the USDA still recommends it, so I'm still going.
Oh,
to
totally.
recommend it.
Yeah, totally. And that's where
Just
we're going
to
to be at
keep
with
everybody
it.
safe.
Yeah. I wouldn't trust it anyway. I made a sandwich the other night, forgot to put it in the fridge for lunch the next day. Woke up, saw it in my lunch bag. I was like, you know what? I don't trust it. I'm going to throw it away. It's not worth the measly sandwich I'm going to make.
Somebody just mentioned something that I have to try now.
Uh-oh. Well, what is it?
Putting a wax paper between the two seals.
Oh, okay. This is, I mean, he is fired up about this, guys.
It's an interesting idea.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is going to get loud for a few seconds.
Oh, it might get loud, guys. Don't seal hot food. You will regret it. I bet.
Yep.
Oh, here's the wax parchment paper. I think John might be able to monitor our volume over there. Speaking of, John, after this, you want to poke the camera over at you and we'll say what's up? Or actually, I don't even know if you got a microphone over there.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, nice. Just getting prepared. Just got Sinister MD. Depends on where food is sourced, treated, and the environment. There are a lot of
Is there a
variables.
hypothesis of what this is going to do?
Yeah, it's a good point. I think it's going to create.
two bags from sealing together.
Yes. So then, I think it'll work. I don't see. Are you
I'm putting stuff in
putting
there
stuff
to
in
seal.
there?
Just to make
Nice.
sure.
Wrap fish in plastic wrap, then vacuum seal. This prevents slime or moisture from getting on the inside of the bag, and the seal will be better.
Yeah, that's.
Nice tip. Is the pump on this an oilless pump? Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
It's
it
an air
is.
pump,
Air pump.
which means that with. Okay, hold on. Talk about it in a second.
Yeah, we'll put a. Here we go. It's
I don't
exciting.
think I could pull a full vacuum on this, right? It's not really.
Nah, and it's super long to do anyway, so.
I mean, it's not super long.
Well, not promoting it like that, but as far as live stream long, yes.
And we're already at 20.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, good. Oh, because there's towels in there.
Now I'm just gonna let it go. Because you said super long, now I have to let it go.
It's funny, when I read 30 on the front, I'm viewing that as seconds.
Not at all.
Not at all.
I just let it go. 28.
Hey, everyone says it seems pretty quiet. Yeah, I mean, it's not. It's a rumble. It's more so the vibrations coming from the surface. How much of a price jump is it to get an oil pump? Pretty expensive. Yeah.
Oh, it didn't seal the bottom. Oh, no, it did. There you go.
Cool. Well, there you go. And now
we're going to sell a lot more of these wax paper things.
Oh.
So.
Right on.
Who did that?
Why do you want to give him
Yes.
something?
Who recommended that?
Who recommended the wax paper? What about putting wax parchment? Emmanuel
Farcine. All right. Emmanuel, make sure you enter our giveaway and try to use something that will let me find Emmanuel Farnice. I'll send you some jerky and some.
Cool. That's awesome.
Because that's
Helping
a great
each other
idea.
out, guys.
That worked.
We'll have to put that on Meatgistics
Absolutely.
too.
That's going to be a meat hack for sure.
Right on. So he was testing out to see if because we can do more than one bag at a time there. So this was actually help creating each separate seal better.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Right now these have 2 perfect seals on them. If I do it without this parchment paper,
And he were to put them in there,
close it and then
open it. Yeah. So you're just gonna do a quick little seal on it. And this is without the parchment, correct? Yeah. So they seal, but you got to imagine that thin material, it's hot. They press together. And then when he pulls them apart from one another, he could compromise the very seal he just thought he made. So by adding the parchment paper, we're getting a flush seal individually, top and bottom, and they stay separate. So that is a huge, awesome hack, tip, whatever you want to call it.
Great idea.
Send out some jerky for that. If you guys got other great ones like that, keep them coming.
That was a great idea. Yeah, that's fair, actually, Sinister MD. Probably should make... Well, I mean, the seal looks fairly perfect.
Travis.
It's the top one.
I mean, but yeah, it still pulls. And even in between them.
Yeah, but that is a fair point. We probably should do more testing for... I just get so excited about new things all the time.
Works. I mean, he'll be the first one to tell you if it doesn't work after a week, though. So,
Crystal, if you're saying, whoa, that was fast, the second one we did was just like a couple of seconds.
Just
we didn't pull
to make
a vac
seal.
on that.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
The first one pulled the
That's
seal,
what takes
which
longer
was
is
like
pulling
29.
the vacuum and letting the chamber do its actual job and stuff.
Yes.
So.
Yep. And I let that get up to 28. From 28 to 29.2 or whatever it is, that would have been probably another like 10 seconds. So just FYI.
Awesome.
Another thing that matters is how full this chamber is. If you have a bag with a lot of stuff in it, obviously there's less air for it to pull out, so it'll go faster. If you're trying to vacuum seal one tiny little thing,
Yeah.
will take longer.
What's Papa Sop having problems with?
What's going on?
I don't know. Trying to get him logged in or something. Anyways. Does the wax paper work with other brands of wax sealers? Yeah, I'd assume so, but don't use it on others because that's patented by us now. So.
Yeah, don't know, but I mean, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I saw somebody said that their Food Saver brand came with something that said side down. We had seen that in a earlier run of chamberless vacuum sealers. We saw that in the directions from another, not our brand, somebody else's brand. So I did a ton to try to figure out if it mattered, and it didn't. Like, it literally made no difference. I don't know if maybe there's something that I'm not thinking of that would make it, like, it's useful for another reason. Like maybe the seal bar heats up on the bottom, so it wants that to like burn through the textured part better.
I could see that.
Didn't seem to matter.
So the wax paper you could do 4 or 5 maybe. He'll do more testing, I'm sure, and brag about it if it works. Does the unit need to be cooled between cycles? What do they recommend on this?
Doesn't matter on this
because there's no oil.
The reason that you're on a chamberless machine you're allowing for a cool down is because that seal bar keeps getting hot. And if you just go 6 seconds, because that's really all it takes to pull a vacuum on one of those. you can overheat the seal bar on that. On this, if you're pulling a vacuum, it doesn't matter. Like, you're going to pass that 20 seconds anyways.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I hope that helped. How do I do this? Sorry, I'm trying to do something right now.
You're fine. Do you recommend freezing fresh-made sausage and collagen casings before vacuum sealing?
Fresh-made sausage and collagen casings, yes.
Yes.
Yep. Still do it. Because if you don't, especially on a chambered machine, it's going to suck the bag down so tight to the meat that you're going to end up with a flattened out sausage on both sides. I swear I thought there was a way for me to do this. But I don't see it. Okay. Sorry. I'll give up on that. That's what led Kraft to invent the cheese he did back in the day, mold growth. Huh. Yeah, because that Kraft cheese never really grows anything, right?
Yeah. Dinosaurs, right? Or giraffes. That's a giraffe. Wait, is he a dinosaur or a giraffe? Kraft macaroni and cheese?
What are you talking about?
Are you not talking about Kraft macaroni and cheese?
I was just talking about Kraft cheese. What does a dinosaur have to do with it?
Kraft macaroni and cheese, they have a mascot.
Oh, okay. I have no idea. I have no idea.
Well, I'm combining the dinosaur and the giraffe from Toys R Us to be, it's the same person right now.
Okay.
I thought Kraft was liquid gold, or is that Velveeta?
That sounds like
I think that's
Velveeta.
Velveeta.
Yeah.
Yeah, Velveeta is the best. Daniel Cybuski says, then it would look like a Land Jaeger. And yes, absolutely. Land Jaeger should be.
Yeah, a little flat. How did we try to get ours? We put weight on ours to thin it out when we did Land Jaeger?
Yep. I put it in between two sheets and I put a bunch of weight, or two like metal trays, and I put a bunch of weight on it. Yep. So somebody said something about it being oilless. It's eventually going to overheat. That's why we would not recommend this machine for commercial. Like if you're trying to do this and have it be even in a butcher shop where it's running all day, every day.
I see perfect use for this, like if you own a food truck, like you're done with stuff at the end of the day, and like you're vacuum sealing no more, no less than around like 20, 30.
Yeah, that's not a bad one.
Like honestly, like
I was thinking. I mean, honestly, I think more hunters.
Oh,
like
totally.
It's a really good
Put
size
it out
for
in a garage
hunter,
or something. But yeah, I mean,
truck.
just the amount of kind of stuff you're going to
Sure.
do. Like big restaurants going to be doing a lot more stuff. But if you have a particular amount of stuff and you know kind of your clientele and how busy your day is going to be, this could be
That's fair.
right for you.
Nathan says, who came up with the name Meatgistics? That was Allie and Austin together.
Yeah, it was already here when I got here for sure.
I don't know which one actually.
I bet you there's a cool story. Yeah, they'll argue over that, I bet.
Kraft is a cheese food with 51% cheese, 49% will not mold. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of additives and a lot of things.
Oh, yeah.
No, John says he uses his specifically when he makes Land Jaeger. Awesome.
Yeah, Food Saver. Yeah, you should be better than Food Savers. Velveeta is not cheese. We'll tell that to all my friends that say it's the best macaroni.
It is the best
cheese.
macaroni and cheese. I don't care that it's. There's
We
lots
never-
of things that aren't what they say they are and are still.
We
delicious.
never really had a lot of like homemade mac and cheese in my house, but yeah, we 6 boys, so yeah, there was boxed every type of mac and cheese you could imagine.
Even the homemade we had was made with Velveeta or Kraft
Yeah.
blocks of cheese.
Why don't you show everyone who we're talking to back there? Hopefully they can hear you too. But yeah, this is
Hello.
John. Yeah.
Hi. Hello.
Yeah. New awesome video guys. You guys, if you haven't met him a couple weeks ago, say hi to him
He's
now.
here
So,
now.
yeah.
Yep.
Perfect. Awesome.
And
Yep.
doing a lot more things.
Yes. Yeah. Doing a
Jack
lot
of
of
all
stuff.
trades.
That's
all
right.
I'm gonna draw a winner, but it's gonna be for Jerky.
Yeah, he says he could see this use on a day when my family gets together to package all our deer sausage, summer sausage, and meat stick. I mean, yeah, no hassle.
Come on,
Who are you pulling for right now, or what are you pulling for?
just Jerky.
Just Jerky.
And I've got something else that I didn't think of till right before that we're gonna give away too.
Cool.
We'll talk about that in a second.
John, Giffen, you got a lot of new fans.
Be the first time for everything.
Yeah, everyone's real nice around here. They're saying what's up to you in the chat.
So Richard Schur and Paul Langman, we'll go ahead and email you tomorrow. We'll get your address and your seasoning of choice. We'll also send along some of this Walton's Bold Tender Jerky that we've been making. Really good. I love the number of times I've gotten people responding saying it's the best jerky
It's the best
they've ever had.
I was
love
gonna
it.
say, like, it's almost a shame we don't sell it, because
Warms
we
my
would
heart.
put some. You go to a gas station, you get jerky. You're disappointed in the cost of it first, and then second, the amount you get, and then third, you go, doesn't taste that great.
Yeah.
Or you're working on a piece for a while.
Yeah.
This one's like, it's the size and thickness. Almost sometimes I joke about of it being like a Salisbury steak patty every time you bite into it.
So yeah, it can, depending on how close of
But
attention
it doesn't
we're
matter. We
paying
just
to-
cut it thicker, and then the tenderizer stuff that we use, whether it's liquid or vacuum tumbler or anything like that, it really penetrates that to the point where it's almost that fall apart stuff that you get in the little can.
Can be.
Yes,
Occasionally, we'll make a batch that has a little bit rougher
it's
of
got a
it.
nice
yeah.
bend to it.
Yep.
But great
Under
flavor.
optimal
Great flavor
conditions,
nonetheless.
that'll be
Yeah.
So we also had, we gave away the chamberless machine that they sent us. There is this, which is a very economy level machine that I can't even figure out how to open at the moment. Maybe it has to be plugged in to be opened.
That'd be a good one. Let me.
Yeah, you play around with that. That is an economy vac sealer, like a food saver type. Don't pull it too hard, though. I think you have to push down on it. That's what you have to do on both sides. I heard it click.
Yeah.
Yep, there we go. So we determined that we didn't want to carry this, but it is still a working vacuum sealer. So we will draw a winner for that as well. I won't ever have any parts for it or anything like that. So when it goes, but it's free. So
Cool. Almost looks like the Harvest Guard, right?
close to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very similar in that.
Black, nice little discreet. Put it out of the way.
Candace says, my husband loved the jerky. I didn't get any of it, but he swore it was awesome. Yeah.
Well, that sucks. Why
Guys
didn't you
have-
get any, Candace? That's
Guys
not
love
cool.
jerky. Every once in a while, I'll send my wife with a bag of jerky to her work to, like, as a thank you to all the guys who help her out there. And they take care of her like crazy. They bought her 3 cases of Monster once. They just sent her like some sort of spa gift card. They're like, you've been working too hard. They bought her 2 big bags of dog treats and gave her that and like, go take a day off.
So you went to the spa and drank a lot of Monster? Nice.
No, I don't.
Candace's
get any of
husband
that.
would have, apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
Jeez. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, nice and compact. I'm telling you, man. Throw in a backpack or something.
Which seasoning are you asking? Randy Pullman says, why does the seasoning have tricalcium phosphate in it? So I don't know which seasoning it is, but phosphates are moisture enhancer. So what they're going to do is raise the pH of the meat. When you raise the pH of the meat, you're creating more negative ions, so it's able to bond with water more effectively. I believe phosphates have another function as well, but
What cut of meat you using for the jerky?
I use almost exclusively eye of the round.
Eye of the round, yeah.
There is another improve water binding, protein functionality, and flavor stability.
So I feel like I had a question.
They also act as an antioxidant, so they help preserve color a little bit. But mostly it is that they're increasing the pH of the meat, which is going to help it bond with water better. Now, that's not always a great thing. If you were making a summer sausage or a snack stick and you wanted to store it for like long term, you don't want to use a phosphate necessarily, because the higher your water content is, which the higher your pH is, the shorter your shelf life is going to be, whether it's vac sealed or not. The lower your pH is, the more shelf stable it will be. That's one of the reasons we recommend you use 4 ounces of encapsulated citric acid to 25 pounds of meat. That works out to a pound of encapsulated citric acid to a 100-pound batch. And when commercial processors do that, they know their pH is going to drop correctly and the product will be more shelf stable. So I've seen a bunch of other places that sell like 3, 2.5 ounces of it, but it just doesn't quite get it there. It is a more tangy product, though, when you do that.
Yeah. Candace said he had no self-control, just ate call her a male when it came in.
What are you gonna do?
He said she was in the, or she said he was in the doghouse though. So
What are you gonna do?
cool. What else we got going?
I have some venison. I'm gonna make summer sausage.
Oh man, we haven't made summer sausage in a minute. I brought that
It's
up
been
a
long
week
time,
ago,
yeah.
but
We used to make it every year here as like
Oh,
employees.
yeah.
We'd
Yep.
get together, but that stopped right around the time you got here. We stopped.
I
doing
ate
it.
I ate too much of it.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
Were you here for any of it? Did we ever make a huge like everybody gets like 5 or 10 pounds?
It's ringing a bell, but maybe to the point where I was just like,
Too new?
didn't
didn't understand.
I
Yeah.
was like, what's going on? Why are we making all this? But yeah, a lot of good stuff. I haven't had what's the barbecue one that I like?
Habanero barbecue.
Habanero barbecue,
Barbecue,
with
habanero, whatever it's called.
with cheese in it.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
It's excellent.
that is the real deal.
Well, we're making some for Zubilee.
Yeah.
So we'll
Yeah,
have some
I'll
going.
get back at it. It's such a like a fall winter thing, right? Just get a charcuterie board or whatever the hell else. But I go to my parents' house. There's always just sausage and cheese and crackers cut up, but
That's
only when
amazing. Oh.
when it's cold out though.
It's Thursday.
Yeah.
My duck breast prosciutto should be ready.
Ooh, where's it at right now?
It's in the drying cabinet.
You want to go grab it?
I am gonna go grab it.
Ooh,
Hold on.
live
Let me just make absolutely sure.
from New York. It's Saturday night.
Now, this is the type of thing we're trying to get more into dry curing. However, I know people at home aren't going to have the Eller cabinet we have. So
Yeah.
this was 100% an experiment. I set the temperature to what I needed it to be in there, but I did not mess with the humidity. So this is the type of thing where I'm going to cut a small piece of it. I'm going to eat it if I'm still feeling okay 24 hours
that's a
later.
good point.
So this is not
Yeah.
ready for general release. We often use, not often.
Oh, geez.
We sometimes use my stomach as a
yeah
testing
it's
ground.
iron.
Yes, he knew what I was going to say. I stopped saying it because I heard
Let's see. Tom Nelson say smoking some salmon candy this weekend.
you. Oh, yes, nice.
Sounds good. There's a big question. How do you make prosciutto?
So prosciutto is...
What is it? Yeah.
Prosciutto is a ham that's initially packed in salt and then is usually rinsed of salt, re-rubbed with a pepper and other seasonings combination, and then is left somewhere to hang for up to 18 months.
What's the origins of something like this? Does this have like...
They've been doing it for forever.
I know, but was there a reason they needed meat to last longer besides the obvious? I mean, was it tied to wars or anything like that they were given to?
No, I mean, they didn't have refrigeration.
have refrigeration,
Right, so they had
yeah.
to figure out ways to get salt to keep.
Man, talk about the trial and error of just like, nope, that batch is not ready yet, man.
What always weirds me out is like, how do we know that certain plants are poisonous? Because somebody ate it
Yeah,
and died.
someone went, oh, dude.
Don't eat that.
Yeah.
Dave just ate, or Rah just ate that. And
Or it's probably where the flower got its name. It was that guy's surname.
yeah, yeah, could be. But yeah, I'm going to go grab that. We're going to weigh it real quick, see if
Cool.
it's lost 30%,
Yeah.
which it should have, and then we'll see.
Nice. Go around there. We'll see if we could.
I'm going to open the cabinet. It's going to smell terrible. I'm going to throw them right out. So be right
Just
back.
going to start reading comments. Let's see. It's good to know. I have some venison. I'm going to make summer sausage with. Yep. That's such a great way to get best use out of your venison, though. Sometimes just nice summer sausage. You know what it's going to taste like. Good amount of meat there. Can never go wrong. Phosphates turn water into the consistency of snot. Good to know. Yeah, I don't know. The fact that he's rummaging, it's your mail. It has your name on it. I think we can really get some legality issues going. How long will the jerky last? That's a great question. We'll get John in here. If you do everything like if your water activity is low enough in it, proper vac sealing and stuff like that. I mean, how long under optimal conditions? How long can jerky, if vac bag, last in the fridge? It
should.
Like if you did everything correct leading up to that point. Indefinite.
Should be low. I mean, eventually it's going to degrade
Yeah.
after
Well, tell that
years
to,
and years and years.
Tell
It's
that to a cheeseburger from McDonald's, though, right?
Right,
It's
those
like-
things don't. But eventually it is going to degrade. But you're really only going to lose some quality of the meat at that point. You're not going to lose
or get ill or anything.
safeness. Yeah. Because when we drop the water activity as low as we do with jerky, you're not providing anything to grow.
So
no
that's
bacteria, no
yeah.
mold. So as long as everything was safe when you
But
put
that's
it
the
in
gray
there,
area, though, right? So say people think they nailed jerky, but their water holding capacity is too high, and then they go to vac bag,
Sure.
and then months later they think it's safe. It's not. I mean,
that's anything. Though. I mean, that's
exactly.
light.
So then, what can they? Is there a remedy for that besides buying a water activity meter? Or that's the only
water
for sure
activity
thing?
meter.
Yeah.
You can do it by
Is there some old?
percentage of weight lost is what a lot
Okay.
of people do. There's too many variables in that, though. Was your meat pumped with a chemical and water mixture? Was your, there's too many variables.
You put your ear on the jerky, and if you can
50%,
hear
if
the
it's-
water flow
if it
through
says
it,
yes-
it's got too much water activity. Some of this is common sense, guys. Ooh, see, this was prosciutto. Came from Italy and Spain, cured for 18 months to 3 years, started 100 BC.
3 years.
That's
Can you
cool.
imagine how expensive
So when we talk about prosciutto,
4 ounces of 3-year-old prosciutto
gotta start
is?
pumping that history in there.
God.
That'd be a good one to get a nice little history lesson on prosciutto, though.
Well, I love prosciutto. I've loved prosciutto since
He-
I was a tiny little kid.
I've seen him eat it.
It's insane.
Don't go near him. It's.
I do not want to share that.
He's gonna get a stomach ache, but only because he's eaten so much.
God,
And when I eat that stuff, I try my best not to chew it.
Just let it melt.
Dissolve. Yeah,
Yep.
let it do its
Yep.
thing.
It's incredible. All right, so I wrapped this in a collagen sheet since I didn't control the humidity. I was trying to slow the evaporation.
Oh man, take your time. Let's not.
I like how it.
Awesome.
I like how it
knife John
feels. I
has,
like
too.
how it weighed. It lost over 30% of its weight, which is a little bit more. You want it to lose about 30%.
I didn't even see this until now.
Oh yeah, that's my cutting board.
That's really nice. Oh,
And I saw Chef. I'm glad you like your apron.
so what's our process we've gone through so far with this little bad boy right here?
Said I wanted a drink. One of Chef's pecan pies is basically just as good as a drink with the amount of bourbon in there.
Oh, that's a good point. Do a little shot.
Tiny shot of.
I, think
shot of
I
bourbon.
love how you got that vac bag. What a very
Why not?
apropos
Vac
episode
bag
to have it
everything.
on.
So these are some pecan pies that Chef Raul was nice enough to send us. He sent us a
Really,
bunch of
really
little ones
good.
and one big one.
Yeah,
This is the last of the goodies.
nice. I might have one in my fridge at home, but I've been nervous to
Did anyone
wonder
tell
how
you
long
you
this
could
guy
bring one
lasts.
home?
Oh yeah, for sure. You did when
This
I
has
asked
so
you.
much sugar in it that it's not going bad. All right, so the process on that. First thing we did was mixed up a batch of salt with some seasoning in it, covered it in. Oh, wait, am I missing a step? First thing I did was cut off the duck breast because we took this off of a full
Yeah.
duck. We wanted to be sure we knew how it had been handled first. Cut off the breast, covered it in salt, both top and bottom, and let it sit in the fridge for 24 hours. We then took it off, washed it, rinsed it. Don't use soap, obviously. And then dusted it with like a light pepper, just really light dusting of pepper. Wrapped it in the collagen sheet, and then we set our other cabinet for 12 degrees Celsius. Sorry, I can't remember what that is in Fahrenheit right now. And then hung it there for 7 days.
I thought you were diving into that duck. I go, dude, you better be careful with that.
I'm not
man."
that brave.
Yeah. So describe the pecan flavor we go through.
After I try this, let's draw that.
Oh, definitely. And do they have to be present for that one? Make sure you're still here, guys.
Hold on.
About to look at this duck prosciutto and then draw for the big guy. So that's why honey doesn't spoil sugar. Oh, Sinister MD's just hit me with all the nice facts today, man. Keep it up, yeah, man. I like. Bacteria can't grow with that much sugar, same way salted / cured meat doesn't spoil.
All right. Slice into it.
A nice slow slice, that's good. Oh, that looks how it's supposed to, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nice and firm on the inside.
we're not Dylan, so we don't know, but from what you've heard him say over the last about year and a half of us trying this,
Oh.
All right, take a little.
We've got a nice dark red. It's fairly firm. It's not loose. It's not. It's a little
Flop test.
spongy. So I mean, it's staying.
Nice. So what are you looking for? They were talking a little give, nothing
A little
too.
bit of give, but you don't want it to be spongy. Like you wouldn't want me to be able to press
Super
in there
malleable.
and have
A finger imprint.
Right, exactly.
So what do you do with the? Do you cut off the outside a little bit, like the darker little bits? No. Is it familiar flavor so far?
Very familiar flavor.
Okay, that's a good sign. When do you turn into a werewolf?
I don't know, but that is awesome.
Good to hear. I'll wait and
I really
see.
hope that that's.
Meet a couple so we can make sure for a fact if you get ill tomorrow.
Yeah, no, we're gonna wait on that. See if I have any.
I'm sure
problems.
you're fine,
but
though, man.
I think I'm gonna have one more piece because
Just to
there's a
confirm it.
possibility that if I didn't have enough, I wouldn't get sick.
That's
So
what I'm
just for
saying. You gotta
safety's
have.
sake,
That's what I'm saying. You
we're
gotta
gonna take
almost
another
have a quarter of it at least.
And then tomorrow we'll cut that on our slicer so thin you can see
Oh
through
yeah,
it.
yeah. That'd be really cool. You know, some of the times like we want to get awesome, cool footage in here. How long is that gonna last on a slicer? You know what I mean? And I'm like,
Nope.
oh, let's get a separate angle, and John's like, oh, that's done, and I'm just like, oh, I guess we'll make it work.
It's nice and salty. The fat, and I know this sounds weird, but the fat putrefaction is what you really like. Part of what you really like in prosciutto, and
Yeah.
you can get that. That was great.
Putrefaction. That's the new name of my band.
I think you said that before.
That's my joke. I've said more than.
All right, drawing the winner for this. So we're
have
gonna
a
draw
drum
a
roll. We need
winner.
sound effects during this.
You have to be present to win.
And
Now it's not this; it's the prototype of this. It looks very similar. Again, it's missing the
just
the
Wish.
sloped
It's the
bottom.
Wish.com version of it. No, it's awesome.
It's
guys.
good. It's very good. It's missing the slope bottom and this little clip in the front. Everything else should be the same,
Yeah, you
except for
wouldn't
it doesn't
even
have
notice.
Waltons on the front. All right.
Send a sticker with it so you can pimp it out.
Winner is Michael Defren.
Ooh,
Michael Defren. You are the winner of.
way to go, Michael.
I'm going to post it in both
Yeah, see if it.
YouTube and that. And then I'm going to monitor to make sure. Brian tried present. Congrats. So we're going to give him 5 minutes, 3:56. We'll wait till just after 4. I mean, you do have to be present to win. I understand that a lot of people probably couldn't hang out for all this, but
No. Can't punish those who are here though too.
Michael King Defren, you did hear your name. Congratulations, man. That is an awesome, awesome slice or vacuum sealer you just won.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to send you a form. It's do what you want with it, but you're supposed to claim any prizes over $1,000 on your taxes as winnings. We just keep the form in case we get in trouble with the IRS. Everything is totally on you. We just store it somewhere.
Definitely.
So that's awesome.
Yeah, that's great. The fact that he even just heard his name. What if he was just like, wait, is
Where
that
was
me?
that?
Yeah.
No. Oh,
That's
that is
cool.
great.
Yeah, so I'm glad you guys here with us today. Got to see Mike win the awesome vac sealer, gave away some jerky. John might get ill from duck.
We'll see.
Tried the pecan for sure.
The wax paper thing is
Wax paper is
awesome
that's-
idea.
Yeah, that's revolutionary.
We're going to try so many things with that. Like, how far can we go?
4 or 5.
Could you do 4 or 5 if you
We're
put?
gonna call Guinness and
Because you
get
can
registered.
increase the seal time on this. So if we do a 4-second seal with a piece of paper in between each
Yeah.
one, where
If you can get that perfectly, and then close it with getting out your hand, and so they don't slide around. And if your seal is perfect, am I making sense?
yeah,
here?
yeah,
It's how many you want to get away with.
right.
Yeah.
I don't think that
Hedge your bets
that's
and
that
just
big
go
a
like
deal, but I think it
3, 4,
should.
5. I mean, yeah, get them in there,
should work.
bring it down. Why not?
All right, we're gonna draw a winner for the
Yes.
the booby prize or whatever, the little small one.
The mock harvest guard. Is this a prototype too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they sent it to us, and we just didn't really have a
Yeah,
market for it,
I'll enter
or we
to
didn't
win
feel
this
we had a
one.
market for it.
Oh, Patrick won. Oh my gosh.
You can use any vacuum sealer here you want.
Yeah, but it's not at my house.
So for the smaller chamberless one, it's Roger Winker. Roger.
Roger.
And then I've also got I'm going to give away everything that they sent us prototypes of.
It's cool.
So
Prototype giveaway.
Yeah. I've got a tenderizer, standalone tenderizer unit.
Nice.
I'll
The white one?
Yep. I'll
Nice.
go grab that and we'll give that away in a second.
Cool. Yeah, that's an awesome thing.
I want more piece of this.
Got a bunch of footage of them doing side-by-sides the other day, tenderizing stuff. The white standalone and then the black one's an attachment, right, goes
It's
on.
up there if you can see it. It's on that old slicer,
So what can that attach to exactly?
a Walton's grinder.
Walton's grinder.
So it just
Yep.
turns everything for you so you don't
Any other
have to
grinder or
connect it.
just a Walton's grinder?
As far as I know, just a Walton's,
Yeah.
but it might fit with another one.
Cool.
But yeah, it's designed to be with ours.
Yeah, nice and fast. Like I said, did some comparison stuff the other day. I think on the last live stream we did, actually showed a little bit of footage from that. But yeah, just a couple, combs or forks they call them that are combs up top. Yeah. Interesting process.
That
Yeah.
piece was saltier.
Ooh.
All right. I have not been. Did I post his name? Did I post that guy's name? Roger Winker. Yes, I did. All right. So we're looking for a Roger Winker. We'll give him a couple more minutes.
Yep. Hey, Roger, come on. You got to say his name loud in case he's not
Oh,
paying
Roger.
attention.
So we'll give him just 3 or 4 more minutes. And if not, we'll redraw.
There's an old saying about duck, since it's so hard to prepare. My father used to tell me all the time when we were growing up, it's more fun to hunt duck than it is to eat it.
Sure.
Oh.
Yeah. The biggest problem with duck is that it cools so quickly when you're cooking it, like duck a la rancha. It's awesome meal for about 45 seconds. And then the fat starts to congeal, and it's like, it's not as good. So, yeah, this is a great use for duck. I've never made duck snack sticks or sausage, but
Oh, wow.
I really want to.
Yeah, it's
because
just the amount of meat. Would duck be easier to get
It'd be
than,
hard.
like,
It'd be easier than pheasant.
pheasant? Okay.
But one of the things we always talk about on Meatgistics is the quality of pork fat. It's the best fat to use for sausage for 3 reasons. 1, it has very little taste. 2, it is really nice and bright white. And 3, it has a creaminess that really is unmatched by other fats that are really available. Duck fat is one of those few fats that is nice and creamy as pork. But obviously, there's way less of it available. So if we made a sausage out of duck, we could try making it just out of duck, not adding any pork fat to it. So that'd be interesting.
Although the average American says, I never win anything. It's just like, seems very appropriate for that name. I did.
The average
I don't
American,
win a
yep.
lot of stuff either.
Yep. So Tim Evers says, as you increase the seal time, you get to a point where you melt the bag and you end up with holes in the seal. Absolutely. If we have 4 bags, though, with pieces of wax paper
Yep.
in between each, that's what we're seeing if it will work.
Would parchment paper work?
No, cool. I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't
Has
think
to be
it's
the
a good,
wax.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good transfer of heat.
Yeah.
My son has made duck sausage and it was good. Awesome.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
All right, so we're gonna give Roger another minute or so.
Goose breast
pop
pastrami.
over to- Oh yeah, that'd be great.
We had to make 40 breast sauce here. Yeah. That sounds interesting. Really, really good, though.
Going back through looking for Roger.
I haven't seen
I'm just
anything.
checking because we had that problem where people we
Would
weren't
say they're-
seeing all
yeah.
the
Oh,
chats.
yeah,
So
definitely. Is that
I'm just
remedied
checking
today?
both things. It seems to be. I don't see any difference between the chat
Cool.
on Walton's and the chat on
Yeah,
YouTube.
if you guys happen to see a difference
But
in chat, let us
we'll
know.
see.
Duck burgers, yeah.
Now, there is going to be an issue with getting me to do anything else with duck but this. So
Maybe
that's going to be hard.
maybe that's its wheelhouse.
Yeah,
It's like, yeah, you
That
know
would
what
be
duck's
hard.
great for?
prosciutto.
Yeah.
And I made this in 7 days, not 3 years. So I'm not saying I'm
Oh,
better
wow. But
than
that's
all
a
of
great
those
point.
prosciutto makers, but I mean, I do it in a hundredth
Fraction
no, I'm
of the
just kidding.
time.
Those guys are literally artists. I mean,
Yes.
unbelievable. Take a hunk of meat
Just some
this
of the,
thick around.
well, just some of the knots they use to hang stuff.
Those are amazing too. No,
I mean, but something that's often overlooked as the simplest step is even complex. So, do you make
We
freeze
don't.
dryers? No.
we don't. We a couple of years ago we played around a little bit with it, but no, we don't. All right, I'm gonna redraw that win.
Got to redraw it.
So it was. I'm redrawing Michael DeFriend, right?
Duck jerky.
I'm not. I'm kidding.
You know what's funny? The way you guys are seeing John right now, that's how I see him sitting at his desk. Because
Just
they can't see your
the
face.
Ty Tykrowski. Ty Tykrowski. Let us know you're here.
Okay, we could have did the whole rest of that show. I would never know your faces.
I wouldn't have paid attention. Yeah. Goose makes great everything.
Yeah.
Goose sausage, incredible. Goose snack sticks, incredible. I love Goose. And added benefit of getting more geese out of this world because they're terrible, horrible animals.
The
I
hell
hate
out of the
them,
road. What do you do?
Hate them, hate them, hate them. So we're looking for Ty Trykowski.
Ty Trykowski. Yeah, sounds Polish. Summer sausage with
Sure.
cheese sandwich for lunch was delicious.
Okay, where are you seeing that?
Don just said at the very.
I'm not seeing it.
Mm.
There it came through.
Okay, just all right. I'm glad there's a delay and that it's not a separate source because that would
Separate
have been
thing, yeah.
very annoying.
That would be a pain.
There have been points in my life where I've lived solely on crackers, summer sausage, and cheese for a week at a time.
Yeah, it's funny. The Lunchables I ate as a kid. It's just like now people are trying to recreate those as an adult. It's just summer sausage, cheese, and crackers. It's just like that sounds like. I mean, take out the crackers, it's like the Atkins diet. But as a kid, that's all they bought for you the entire time. Anyways, was just little lunch
little
meat,
tiny
cheese, and
things, yeah.
crackers. So
Michael, we'll go ahead and email you. We'll get your shipping information, and then we'll get it sent out. So I'm going to send it in the box that this one came in.
are we pulling from today's entry or last month's? James
Today's.
Bice wants to know. Today's.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, last month's the giveaways that go all month, you don't have to be present to win. We just draw a winner from that, and we'll reach out to them separately. For these, it's just the people who are here.
Yep.
But I don't see Ty either.
Ty. Great. Thanks again for everything. That's Michael. Come on, Ty. What's you guys
Just
going
another
into?
minute or so.
You guys enjoying the weather where you're at? It's hot. It's been a good week down here. There's got a little bit of rain as far as temperature and stuff.
Yeah.
But then a little bit of humidity,
Way
but
better.
nothing crazy.
Yep.
Get some nice sun in the evening a little bit, but
Kurt says I'm like Wilson from Home Improvement.
that's
You
what
could see
yeah,
just
that's
the
what
top of my
that's what
head.
got me going. Because that's not the first time that we've done that. We'll be like, oh yeah, your entire face is covered up.
Nope. Duck prosciutto and provolone sandwiches. Yeah, that sounds
The Thai and roasted red
unbelievable.
peppers. You know, make
Yeah,
it.
I can't believe it's already
Make it.
almost
Put
the
it on
4th
Meat
of
Logistics,
July.
guys. If you ever do an awesome post or post, if you make an awesome recipe at home, take a picture of it, put it on Meat Logistics. We have a very particular board for that, right?
Yep.
Called
Yep. We have a user recipes section.
user recipes and like what are you grilling this weekend and all that stuff.
Well, that's
or what'd you make?
That's what did everybody cook? That's an ongoing post. That's like thousands and thousands of posts long. People
Yeah.
take pictures, comment on it. So
Yeah.
that's like one specific place that people. If I'm just cooking a dinner, if
Yeah.
I don't want to get into depth about what I'm doing, I just snap a picture of it, post
Throw
it
it
to
on
that.
there and
Yeah,
let
that
them
was
go for
a
it.
text thing.
It's a great idea. Because sometimes I feel like people want to post pictures of their stuff, but it's kind of lost on their normal Facebook or Instagram friends. Throw it on Meat Logistics. You'll get the exact clout you're looking for on there, I believe.
All right, repicking the win. It got hot in here.
Yeah, I did. I love your pizza brat and Philly cheesesteak seasoning.
They're both amazing.
Yeah.
All right, Ronald Shrout.
Make sure you get the Supreme pizza stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
yeah, our pizza jerky stuff isn't kind of the same, or snack stick rather. Pizza snack stick seasoning. It's more
Yeah,
of a
it's
tomato
different.
based. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
I wonder if that one.
Joe
if we
Hell
added
is here.
what
Hey,
if
Joe.
we added pepperoni to that one? I feel like if you add pepperoni, anything,
We've got
it's
the
gonna be
new.
good, but
Oh God, I think we've got the new. Oh, I've got to go back to my desk right after this.
yeah. See what we got coming in.
Well, all those ones that we.
Picked. Do you not remember which ones we got?
No, I don't remember if I put through the new product request forms on them or not.
Mm.
Yeah, I got to do that.
Oh.
Because we got some cool ones coming in for sure.
Yeah, we sat down with the list and just really went. This
Went
is
through
this
everything.
is different than what we have now, or this is too similar to that, and people wouldn't pick up the difference and all that stuff. So hopefully they're as good as advertised, and they usually are. Excalibur knocks it out of the park.
Oh,
So
all right. So Ronald, you won. Actually, Ronald, I'll give you the choice. You can either have that chamberless vacuum sealer or the tenderizer, the hand crank tenderizer.
Yeah, so if you
let me know.
if you make your own jerky and have everything to do so, obviously tenderizer might be obvious. But then again, if you don't have anything to pull a vacuum on your jerky when you're done, so either or, man, it's a great great product.
So Ronald, it was for either the chamberless vacuum machine or this, which is why can I not think of tenderizer? That word seems really hard.
Ronald,
So
well,
just
Ronald,
let us know which one you want, and then I'll
Yeah.
draw a winner for the other.
I think there's a delay, so yeah, I'll let you pick one here in a second. And if you don't pick one, do we just default to one or the other?
I mean, I'm assuming he's here, but if he doesn't respond for a couple minutes, yeah, we'll just go with what he initially won.
Cool.
Ooh.
Nice. How the temp down there? I don't know, how hot is it out today?
Here?
Yeah.
It's muggy.
Muggy.
Probably like 80 something, but muggy.
He said tenderizer. He has 2 vacuum sealers.
Cool. All right. So the tenderizer is yours. Drawing a winner for the vacuum sealer.
Awesome. You got anything cool
Takes
going on this
forever.
weekend?
Who, me?
Yeah. Cook anything or? I need to get that smoker from your house.
A wedding. Yeah, we still need to do that.
Yeah.
We've got a friend's wedding.
Yeah. Friend from here?
Yeah.
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 I'll just make sure it was that one you're going to.
Kurt Sack says, John, by the way, the bourbon peppercorn snack stick season is growing on me. Still not the flavor profile I was expecting. Yeah, that's just one of those ones I don't like.
Yeah, the stuff with the alcohol in the title, it sometimes misses. Some people love it. There's probably a guy that swears up and down that's his favorite, but for us personally, I just kind of misses on us. There's so many other great flavors I want out of a snack stick.
That's
If I want to
probably
booze, I'll
what it
just
is.
pour it in a thing. But to each his own, I guess.
Yep, absolutely.
Coupon code today. Ooh.
We don't, and with the difficulty I've had with creating coupon codes, I'm super nervous to create one.
Overcast in 87. That sounds
Well,
pretty sweet.
What I can do, keep an eye on chat. Let me know if that guy ever responds.
Well, I love how there's a subtle delay. So Nick Hall goes, Amen, Patrick, I agree with you 100. And I'm just like, I don't know what he's referring to. Feel free to reiterate any comments with
I've
your
got a
comment.
live stream promotion. All right,
Let's
so
see.
live stream promotion is 10% off. It's good for coupons and conditions. It's good on all products.
300% humidity in Alabama. No thanks. I went to Wisconsin one summer, and they thought it was hot and muggy up there. It wasn't. It was just having to be a very particular one for Kansas, so we went up there bragging like, this is nothing. And it's funny, when you're living in that kind of hot and humidity for weeks at a time and then go to a place that's actually a touch cooler feeling, you'll notice it.
Yeah. Oh God.
Big time.
Humidity is what makes everything terrible.
Yeah. It's like when you're lifting a piece of furniture. It's just awkward. It's
not heavy.
It's not hot.
It's not heavy.
It's not heavy, it's awkward. It's not hot. It's muggy outside, so it's humid.
Okay. Let me see. I think I've got a coupon code, but I'm definitely gonna check it before I.
Chili pepper sausage. That reminds me, there was like a Liberty one
Yeah.
that I was real stoked
That was
about.
in the list of what we wanted to do. So we should.
And there was like a firecracker
Nope.
one, which we
went with
didn't
the-
go with.
Yeah, we went with the Liberty because it was so similar to the Firecracker that
That's a good
didn't
point.
seem like a reason to do it.
Didn't hear you say the last name. Maybe say it out loud again.
Nope. Frank Karen.
Frank Karen. David Crockett. That's a nice
I
name.
have a coupon code.
Beautiful Montana. I got to get back and do some inspections there. Yeah. Never been to Montana.
Coupon code applied successfully. Yep, 10% off. All right, live 7121.
Live 7121.
That should be 10% off.
7121.
I think it has to be an order of over $25.
Famous offensive lineman that wore number 71. Nothing's coming to mind.
Nope, Frank Karen's here. Cool. My brother Claude Tremblay is here.
Hey,
So
Claude.
that coupon code is good from today.
I can't tell if
till
you're kidding or not.
the
Is that
8th.
your brother?
That is not my brother.
I was like, you don't have a brother named Claude, right?
Not my brother.
Do you have a brother?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Peter?
Definitely not Claude.
Okay. Frank won that, right? Nope, Frank won that. Nope.
So what's the coupon code? 10% off.
Live 7121 is 10% off.
Or-
I think it's on orders of $25 or more.
Of course, text goes and free shipping.
I don't think it is, no.
No.
So,
Coupon good for a week? Question mark.
yep, good until the 8th.
Nice.
Are you taking next Friday off?
Half of it for my birthday. Yeah, I think we got in for that. Or so we'll whatever the hours are at that point. Then
We'll figure it out.
yeah. Why is that a problem?
No. Just double checking.
I didn't even know we were off July 5th because I'd never had this job and July 4th not been a weekday.
Yeah, we just push it to the next.
Yeah. Cool.
Don't try and rob you of a holiday.
No, I just assume. Hell, I feel like we added a day or something. with
All
the
right, I'm
way it
breaking
did.
out in sweat, though.
Are you?
Yeah, we've got to end this.
Cool. Well, we're
I'm
waiting on somebody, aren't we?
ridiculously hot. Nope, he responded. Frank Karen responded.
Oh, perfect.
He won that. But I don't
Great.
know. Is it hot in here, or am I already feeling
You're
the
doing a
effects
lot.
of
Well,
my-
you're eating stuff. You've gone up 3 times, and I'm staying extremely still. And there's no moving air in here, so
Yeah.
it could be a bunch of things.
Hey,
And
let's
there is
hope
a new
it's
picture profile on the camera, so John even is more red than he normally
Oh,
is.
am I really?
Yeah.
No, awesome.
Here,
Well, that looks about as red as I normally am.
maybe.
Yeah, I'm
we'll
usually
find out.
pretty
Yeah.
red on
Well,
this.
that's good. Then
The
it's
funny
accurate.
thing, though, is it's not just on the video. Like, I actually turn red
Yeah.
underneath these
Who knows what
lights.
it
and
is.
I'm the type of person that I need a fan going in the car,
sleep
no
with a
matter
fan and
what the
stuff, too?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No matter what the temperature is. I can't stand stale air.
Yes, I'm with you on that one.
Jeremy, we already gave that away. Somebody won it on
Everyone's saying it's the duck. It's
Tuesday.
The duck.
It's not the duck.
And you ate some questionable duck.
I mean,
hope
it's
it's
yeah,
not the duck.
it's questionable.
But your body would just reject those little pieces. I think. I don't think you would be
yeah,
in
I
for
don't
a
think-
giant ordeal.
I
But
think
then
that'd be
again,
fine.
famous last words. Maybe,
Right,
so
yeah.
Never know.
This could be my last live stream.
Hear that, guys? It's John's last live stream. The new revolution's taking over.
The blaze orange camouflage and the camouflage hat should be on the website.
Guys, thanks. It's my birthday the 9th, but it's also this guy's on the 8th. So we're
Yeah.
gonna have a couple July birthdays happening. So
I think we call it the cap. There should be 2 new Air hats on there.
give away an orange camo hat.
What do we call that? Cryptech?
John, check your blood pressure. Ooh, maybe. Well, John doesn't go to the doctor because he doesn't believe in him. So
Oh, it's not that I don't believe in them. It's that I actively disagree with them.
nice.
Last time I had all my blood work done, the guy who took my blood literally bowed down to me. He's like, "You're not even human. You must be some form of god." Yes, I am.
Yeah. Jeez. If it's John's last one, he better be giving away a PK 100, and I need to win it.
Everybody's dying for the PK 100s. That honestly, guys, we're looking at having a Walton's style
Ooh.
PK 100. That might happen, but we'll never give away a PK 100.
You know my contribution to that. Every time I was like, let's make it orange. Every time they have a new product, I go, oh, if we can make that orange somehow and make it just stand out and not match anyone else's decor in their home.
It would stand out for sure.
Yeah.
All right. We'll do a quick tech. I posted the links to the Cryptech and both sizes of the camo fitted hat, but we'll do a Cryptech one real quick.
What was the coupon code? If you scroll up a little bit, I think it's
Live 7121.
Yeah, live 7121.
All right, Scott Olson.
How's the cleaver coming?
Is that J. Michael? No. Kaminsky. Someone else asked that. I haven't heard yet. So I talked to one lady there. She said she was going to pass my information along to somebody else, but I haven't heard back.
Sweet.
Try not to be annoying about it, but I do want it.
Code doesn't work in store, right? Sorry to interrupt.
Code does not work in store.
But the cleaver, yeah, you wanted to.
I was super excited about that. I came in today to a package on my desk, and I got real excited.
Oh,
It
yeah.
wasn't it.
Yeah.
Wasn't it.
Scott Olson. Come on down. Did. I'm late, but here now. You're here
Tail end.
tail end, but you might.
Sorry.
Yeah. People make their own smokehouses in like their
Oh,
backyards.
for sure.
And stuff.
Yeah, there's an entire thing about it over on Meatgistics. A
Yeah.
couple people have posted like how they did it, everything. There's some really good information on there. For sure.
Yeah, just
For sure.
as far as keeping smoke in, regulating temperature and humidity and all that stuff.
Yep.
Real eye opener for what you can just accomplish with your own two
It's
hands and
insane.
ingenuity. It's wild.
Yep. Yeah, you need. I mean, to be able to do something like that, you need at least a fair amount of land. I don't think my HOA would be real pleased if I built a 4x10 smokehouse.
Just tell them it's an outhouse.
I think they'd like that even less.
Well,
So
the crapper's full.
still looking for Scott, right? Yeah.
Scott says,
J. Michael, I appreciate it, man. And the girl who I was in touch with initially seemed awesome.
Scott
Seems
goes,
really nice.
I could be Scott Olson if you need a winner, because there's another Scott. You know what's funny, Scott? You probably could have just played that, said, I'm Scott.
God, yes. Why would I not want? Mark Lukey just texted me, do you want to fish with Travis when you're up in when I'm up in Minnesota?
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, John's a huge fisher. Nick, what do you mean?
course I
Patrick,
do.
you really ought to get out of that chair, I'm just telling you. Am I leaning so much that it looks like I'm like,
No, I think he just wants to see Austin.
oh, well, see, that's how I was like, do I take it like that or don't?
I don't know. It's Nick Hall, so you can't take anything he says too seriously.
Have I met him in person?
No.
Oh, well, then you're going to get banned, Nick. Don't even
No,
try.
you're not.
Yeah, he won't.
No, you're not.
He's like it's
Yeah, I can't.
Him and Tex are like the power users?
No,
And Papa
no, no,
Sop,
no.
or?
No, not Nick Hall does some stuff on Meatgistics. I just find him incredibly amusing.
Oh,
All right,
I've
we're
never-
going to redraw that.
you'd have to be really.
Scott Olson not here.
You have to do something really out of line for me to go, Jesus, we're going to have to ban that guy.
That's bad.
We've banned 2 spammers, I think, from chat one time. Other than that,
Yep.
that was just a weird particular day. Yeah, he misses that bald fella. I get it, dude. Is he here today?
He was in and out all day, so it was like
Oh, I saw him walk by with
I
his son
could be
earlier.
here for
Yeah.
some, I could not be
Yeah.
here for other parts. I told him not to worry
Yeah.
about it.
Like I said, now we got. You know what's funny, Nick? I don't have a lot of hair either, so I even joke with Austin all the time. I was like, I'm gonna come in, you're just gonna see just the skin on the top of my head, and that's gonna be it. But you got to have a beard, though. I think
You do have to have
so.
a beard.
I'll wait
Yep.
until I get really.
Austin
nice
at
and
one
long.
point had a really nice beard.
Really nice
He was
beard.
wearing no hat and like
Dude, he's rocking
like
it.
thermal
He was
shirts.
rocking
He
it.
looked
He looked like a
tough.
different
I
guy.
was
He looked like if you never met him, you go, I don't really want to mess
and then all of a
with this
sudden
guy.
he shaved his head or face and he looked 7 again.
Yeah, and you go, you're even kind of dressing like a 7-year-old. What are you doing? I'm just joking. No, yeah, but the beard, the bald. I'm always said that though. If you got the beard, you can just rock the bald head. But I'm going bald, so I don't have a choice.
What are you gonna do?
But we get to wear hats at work, guys.
That is a good
It's
thing.
awesome.
Randy says, I was wondering about John mentioning coming out with a Walton smoker like the PK100. You're talking about having one soon. I know we're in conversations with people about building it. I don't know how far along those are. That's with a local guy. But, I mean, we would make them with the intent of shipping them nationwide. So maybe soon, but I'm sorry. I don't know how far along that is.
Thanks, Nick. Candace is asking, how is one deemed a power user?
So over on Meatgistics, people who post
A ton?
like a certain number of times. We have different levels. There's a regular contributor, I think, is anyone who's posted more than like 100. Power user is over 500.
And just to be clear, I was using power user as a reference of like I've met Tex a bunch of times and stuff like that, and Nick or never
So you
him,
weren't
but
using it in that.
well, in that sense that we do have badges associated with people with how many times they post, but I just meant like I see their name often,
Gotcha.
I know them. But Candace, I would consider you a power YouTube user
For
for
YouTube,
sure
yeah.
for our live
You've been
streams.
on
Yeah, There's a couple. There's
of our
her and about a dozen other names that we can just go.
Hear
I
all the
recognize
time.
that. I
Yep.
recognize that.
Yep.
But
For
yeah,
sure.
but there's a cool thing about Meatgistics. You can have the different associatedness of
For sure. And another
your
thing,
depthness of power, so to speak.
depthness of power.
Yeah.
It's not a bad term.
more. Well,
Yeah. And then another thing we do for people who've posted more than 500, we give them a hat of their choice with their Meatgistics name stitched on the side. 1,000 or more
Yeah.
gets
duck prosciutto. No, just
nope.
kidding.
That's this fancy cutting board with the Meatgistics logo and their name. And then 1,500 or more, I think that's how we're doing it, is this nice Victorinox wood-handled knife with their name and the
real
Meatgistics
nice.
logo. Lasered, but not really lasered.
Just custom
on.
stuff for you guys.
Yeah.
Show our appreciation. Awesome, cool
Lewis,
stuff.
it depends. We do a monthly live stream no matter what. I try to do a weekly Meatgistics live streams that is different than this. It is
Yep.
very much focused at meat processing. Patrick has joined me
Yep.
with those recently, and they tend to be a lot of fun.
Yep.
But I mean, the only one you can totally count on us doing is the monthly one.
yeah.
We always
And
do
if
that.
the first is like a Saturday or Sunday, look for either that adjoining Friday or Monday. We'll go sometimes the 29th, 30th, sometimes the 2nd, 3rd, something like that. Just kind of look out for us. And we'll send out emails and stuff like that when we're going live. But
Sometimes
we try
we're
to,
not so good at
We
that.
do our best to try to send out a 15 minutes prior, so make sure you're on all of our kind of mailing list and all that. And you can get signed up for all that at waltonsinc.com or just waltons.com now, right?
Yep.
So, yeah.
All right, so I'm going to repick this last one, but then that's it. Whoever wins it, wins it.
Cool. So they don't have to be here.
Just
You hear that, guys?
whoever wins it.
John's getting that warm. He's already.
Well, no, honestly, what I'm thinking about more than anything else is I've got to go make sure we've got the catalog coming out soon. I've got to get those seasonings in now if they're going to
Yep.
be
Oh, yeah.
in the catalog.
Nice.
Okay, so it's Eric DeVries.
Eric DeVries.
John, I know Austin is still working on that, but no, as far as I know, there's no known update on it. However, when it does come out, because he's doing an entire new version of it, when it comes out, it's going to be both at once. It's not going to be just...
Michael had all these asterisks queued up. I know it because the second you said Eric and he pressed enter because it wasn't his name.
Somebody asked real quick, how much is that big cutting board on the wall? Oh, we don't sell that. I think they're talking about.
The big,
Can they
the
see that?
Walton's one? Yeah, they can see it behind you.
Oh, yeah.
like
That's
a
just a
pizza
pizza peel. The guy that we use for all of our promotional items just gave us that as an example of something he could do. We thought it was cool. Somebody asked about the best seasoning for casing, or sorry, best casings we have. He wants to try making links, not just patties. So I assume that's breakfast sausage. For breakfast sausage, you'll want to use 21 millimeter collagen or the smallest hog or sheep casings we have, which are 22, 24.
That fit over your stuffing tube?
They fit over your stuffing tube. So
Yep.
you should be fine. You're certainly fine if you have a Walton sausage stuffer. We send everything out with a 12 millimeter tube that both the 21 millimeter fresh and your 22, 24 sheep will go over. The only thing, it's easier to use the collagen, but you want to cook them a little bit slower. If you cook collagen casings really fast,
Yep.
especially for breakfast sausage for some reason, they have a tendency to either rupture or bulb really bad on the end. So just cook it slow.
Yeah.
But that's it. Anything else?
No, I can't think of anything.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks for sticking with us, guys. We'll see you next time.
See you. We were on time.